Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be Ruin versus Mind. Here on Neo Sylphid, left side, going to be a brown Terran. It is Mind. And on the right side, we've got Ruin under a Smurf name, Moon. Alright, so 600 APM spanning for Moon. We've got 400 APM here for Mind. It is a 3-player map. You're familiar with this. I've cast several games on this map. Okay, maybe more than several. And again, this is going to be another RJB replay for you this week for your Patreon cast. Which just means you're going to see this 1 month before anybody else on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this the week between Christmas and New Year's Day, thank you very much for supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. And if you're watching this in 2023, hello to the future. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, man. I am coming up on 60,000 subs. I post Brood War 6 times a week. How much more consistency do you want, right? Can't be much. Really cannot be much here. So, the play here, it's really risky to go for a Nexus first against a Terran player. So, I mean, you can. We've seen it. We've seen it attempted, and we've seen Terrans punish it. We've seen Terrans be unable to scout it and punish it. It's just risky as all get out. So, this is our guy. Ruin just being like, nah. Gateway up. Barracks up over here too. Ooh, a gas steal. I do love a good gas steal against a Terran because it slows down their capabilities to get a factory up. And the slower their factory is, the harder it is for them to deal with your incoming Dragoons, right? So I like it. I'm honestly, somebody needs to explain to me in the comments why we don't see this more often, right? Like, holy smoke. Ooh, got an SCV kill too. This is excellent micro. Out of Ruin, holy cannoli. Killed an SCV, got the gas steal, slowing the production of the barracks. Not that, again, it really matters when the barracks comes up, because there's not enough gas for a factory anyway. There's no gas for a factory. There's no refinery for a factory. So what this basically forces Mind to do is go for the hold, make a bunch of Marines, throw a bunker up front, deal with the incoming Dragoons that way while you're waiting on a factory. So it just kind of forces the Terran into a particular strategy that maybe they weren't planning on doing, and maybe they were. We don't know. Oh, CV scouting the wrong way. This probe, man. This probe is a serious menace. He's done damage to this SCV. Incredible stuff. So, Zealot moving out, and there's a Marine, but God, this is the stage of the game where Zealots show up. All you've got are Marines and SCVs to deal with it, and it sucks, because it's like 87 shots from a Marine to kill a Zealot. It's a real bad time. So, here we go. The simulator's getting knocked down. Really not seeing a bunker come up, not seeing an expansion attempted or anything. Mind might have been thinking about expanding here, but then the Zealot arrived and he was like, okay, all right, super bad times. SCV finally scouts. See, there's no expansion, although Ruin was thinking about it, and then sends this probe back in, sends this probe to expand. God, the mind games. The mind games are fantastic here. So who needs a bunker, man? We just get, I mean, against the Zealots, they can just run by the bunker anyway. So I'm okay with this, actually. Yeah, it's just more Zealots, man. Like, he doesn't have a cyber core. So that's the thing. You can skip cyber core on your own if you are basically delaying the heck out of the factory from the Terran player. So this is some amazing stuff. Out of Ruin. I'm super impressed by it. Huh. So he's getting, I'm waiting for a cyber core to get started from this dude. I mean, he actually, oh, he would need gas for that too, wouldn't he? All right, fair enough. So Zealots are a problem. Marine down. SCV's body blocking. God, SCV's also, if the SCVs want to tank, say the Zealots will let them tank. Kills the SCV building, the second base here, and there's another SCV here to finish it off, to finish completion. The Zealot, man. It's like, okay, there's 5 Marines now. That is some really tough stuff. Okay, so second base, about the exact same time as this Nexus. Really not bad. Yeah, command center down, second base down. Oh, there we go. No, it's the second gate. And there's the cyber core. Okay. Just been looking for that cyber core for a while. Factory still hasn't started construction over here on mine's side. He's like, okay, well, he's pulling the boys. Dude, who does this? Who pulls the boys? Well, if your enemy only has zealots, it's kind of awesome. All right, come on, Marines. Join the party. Let's go. Oh, and he's throwing... This is like a super delayed punish on this expand, isn't it? So, this is not... Yeah, so these probes are fighting. The SCVs are fighting. The SCV building the bunker does not finish the bunker. God, the micro here is just absolutely hilarious to see. Now, the Marines are being protected fairly well. Another SCV peels off to finish the bunker. I think he's going to finish the bunker. The larger question is, oh my gosh, are the Marines going to get inside the bunker? And they are. They definitely are. Another SCV dies, and now the bunker is done, and the Marines are going inside, and the second base is in so much trouble because Singularity Charge is not anywhere near done yet, so the Dragoons can't fight this bunker without getting in range of the said bunker, and the pouring damage into this Nexus. I love this response from Mind. He knows. He knows Dragoons were delayed because of the number of Zealots that showed up, and he's countering with Marines, trying to get in that little tiny window where he can get here before Dragoons are out, and he's going to take down this Nexus. There's no saving it. Singularity Charge is not done. You try to jump on this thing, the SCVs will body block you. These Marines will kill you. Yeah, this is just letting it happen. This is just watching your Nexus die. Done. Ah, this is so good from the Terran. This is such good non-standard stuff from both players. I love it very much. Meanwhile, Spider-Mine's getting researched because of course they are. All right, so now the question is when Singularity, when it's done, which is now, that bunker's gonna die. That's just a, no, you know what? He's gonna repair it for now. Like, no, you need more Dragoons than that, and now they have more Dragoons than that. So Ruin's like, okay, it's time to skedaddle. Actually, he knows none of these Marines are getting home because the Dragoons will chase them down and kill them. So he's just trying to buy as much time as possible. Just delay this expansion from getting replanted for as much time as possible. And this is so bad for Ruin. Ruin, he needs a second base to compete with the two-basing Terran. Yeah, these Marines are like, well, we can get like 2 bursts of damage down. Run, SCVs! Spider Mines get laid down and hope that the Dragoon micro isn't good enough to deal with those without observers because that is a robotics facility that just barely finished. No obs out on the field yet. Come on. Okay, Spider Mines. I love the Spider Mine. Just little trail here. It's like, come on in. The water's great. Oh no! 2 Dragoons died immediately to 1 Spider Mine. Another. This is going pretty poorly. He's like, come on in. The water's fine. Oh no! Wait! He managed to get through the Spider Minefield without losing all of his Dragoons. Okay, that's nice. But now the SCVs have to fight. What a scraptastic game this is. Trying to get a surround here. It does get 1. Okay, a surround on 1. Oh no, he lost it. He lost the surround. Pull back. There are more Spider Mines down. The Ruins Spider Mine micro. It's not great. We've seen players with really good Spider Mine micro. This is not. Ow! This is not going well. Now Siege Tank's here. So there's 1 Dragoon remaining. 3rd base coming up at the same time as the 2nd base here from Ruin, because again, Ruin needs so much more resources than the Terran player has to beat them. So it is 36 to 30 workers. Horribly oversaturated main base here from Ruin, though, right? Yes. So 2nd base finishing up. I mean, super late, but the 3rd base is coming in too. It's a minerals only base down here to the south, but that's going to be just fine. Thanks for asking. Obs, scouts, sees these vultures are out. Sees they don't have speed yet. Sees they have no Spider Mines available to them. But Siege Mode just finished, and there you go. Now Ion Thrusters is coming in. So yeah, Siege Mode is up. Dragoons are like, yeah, our time is over. And Obs gets out of there with all of 12 HP. What a crazy first 9 minutes of this game. That was great. That was really excellent. Walling off against Vulture incursions. Just really hoping the Vultures don't find this 3rd base. I mean, it's not exactly hidden. It's kind of a traditional 3rd base location. Sometimes here from the Protoss, but, you know, this is also an option that will be checked. This is something that Mind is going to check at some point. There's no way he just lets that base sit there without finding it forever. Spider-Mine's getting laid inside his own main base in case, I don't know what. So a shuttle shows up with some DTs. Sure. That's a possibility. It's not happening anytime soon, but it could be something that's happening soon. Second gas finally getting taken here by our guy Ruin. Slow vulture scouting are like the saddest thing in the world. So let's watch him as he gets his speed upgrade, and he's very happy about it. You will hear cries of delight as this. There you go. Woohoo! Fantastic. All right, so let's see. 84 to 66 supply right now. Ruin is up. Can't select that egg. It's going to crash the game. There's a weird bug where if you're selecting this egg, this neutral egg here, while there are tanks killing it and they kill it, it crashes the game. So I'm avoiding doing that. It's super annoying stuff. Very, very weird bug. I'm not even sure if it's consistent or not, actually, but anyway, Citadel of Adun, Charon boosters, production tab up. You know how it is. And here's that scout on that base. Yeah, he's like, yeah. All right. So we're going to get Zealot legs, we're going to get a Templar archives, whether that's for High Templar or whether that is for Arbiters. Porque no los dos, as they say. And third base landing here for mine. So economically, a pretty happy camper here. I mean, he's only at 45 SCVs and has a 3-basing Protoss right now with a very healthy saturation on all 3 of his bases. So his income is excellent. It's really good. 109 to 75 supply in favor of Ruin here. But again, siege tanks are the great equalizer. Not many of them have died so far. As we always say, Protoss needs to be killing damn tanks. Oh, here's the unload. Zealots! Yeah, Zealots showing up inside your main base. It doesn't have to be DTs. It could be slow Zealots. Who does that? Fourth base. There we go. High ground, fourth base from Ruin. And you just got to out-expand, y'all. So there's our Stargate. There's our Templar Archives. Our Arbiter Tribunal is next. Getting that cash for it for sure. Trying to do some more, again, slow Zealot, slow shuttle harass. Intriguing. Yeah, there's the Arbiter Tribunal. So, you know, we're not going for carriers, although that is always a possibility here in the PVT. More factories on production. Got a science facility coming in here too. EMPs are the natural enemy of the Arbiter and indeed any spellcasters. Any spellcasters at all. EMP, worst nightmare. So yeah, happy 2023. I will tell you, by the time this thing posts, it's going to be a month or so after I cast it, if not longer. And I'm not going to remember a lot of what I say in this cast. So if you have a question for me about something I said in here, maybe link to a specific time or repeat what I said in your question so I know what you're talking about. Because it's tough for me sometimes on these Patreon casts where you're like, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, I don't know what I said. I cast this thing 5 weeks ago. I've got 3 kids and 3 brain cells remaining. Not a lot remaining for remembering exactly what was spoken. What words were spoken in every cast I've ever made, you know? Anyway, Stasis coming in. Arbiters in production. We've got another, again, slow shuttle. Are we working on shuttle speed? No. Just the one. Really going to be Arbiters that are the bringer of the drops. I know it's a recall and not a drop, but come on, it's a drop. It's a humongous drop is what a recall is. All the mechanics are the same. +1 attack for the factory units. The gateway units are at 000. Not working on any upgrades yet. Here, 164 to 126 supply. So, Ruin's up. I mean, if you came to this game, you'd be like, or without seeing the first part of it, you'd be like, oh, okay, pretty normal PVT here. Maybe the timings are a little bit late, but you would have never guessed that this was early Zealot pressure gas steal out of our Protoss, and that the Terran pulled the boys and sent him in here and killed a natural base of Ruin. You'd never would ya? Incredible. Yeah, man, so at this point, pretty standard PVT. You're really going to want to try to whittle this tank count down a little bit before it gets to like 30 or 40, and suddenly, even if you're stasising them, you can't win the battle. if you have a pretty zealot-heavy comp, then sure, you could deal with the tanks, but that's what the vultures and the spider mines and stuff are for. So, yeah, just gonna wander in here, try to clear out these spider mines. Okay, so these guys are in first. You hear the siege mode sound, very scary. But yeah, 195 supply. I mean, Ruin is basically maxed out after that opening, which is insanely impressive. He's expanding right side and upper right side, too. He's double expanding right now. Holy smokes. Recall's getting researched. Of course it is. EMP coming in, too. Sharking around. I mean, Mind is just constantly got to be using scans here, using spider mines to see where the enemy is. Like that position on the bridge there. That is hard for Dragoons to close it and kill it. Fourth base is done up the left side here, too, from Mine. Ruin says, all right, let's go. Let's wipe out this base, or at least force it to retreat. Love that play. Yeah, Command Center lifts off here. Oh, the Zealot Bombs are good. The Zealot Bombs are good. Wipe out several siege tanks, and yeah, Ruin. Wow. Ruin looking so good. Absolutely incredibly impressive there. Okay. So it pulls out. He's like, you know what? I did a ton of damage to this fourth base. Vulture attack into this fourth base of the Protoss, though. Gonna get all these probes out of here. Zealots respond. But Dragoons are coming in as well. Arbiter providing that cloak, forcing extra scans up. Vultures are, they know this is a base. No, they're diving back around. Great control here. Like, fantastic. Just staying out of trouble as much as possible. Throwing in spider mines all over the place. I like what Mind is up to right now. He's coming on down. Down from California. And we're going to fight this cannon. Yeah, I mean, again, full damage to shields means that cannon's shields go down real fast, but the whole damage is more of a problem. We're just gonna... You'll never take me alive! Yeah, gosh darn right I won't, says Ruin. So, expanding up the right side. Why not expand to the 12 o'clock position or so? This is Vultures, Vulture, and Siege Tank attack. Coming into this top right-ish position base. This, I mean, is this a 6th? This is a 6th, man. From Ruin. That's crazy. So, oh, he didn't know this base was here. So he flies over the cannons and is like, yeah, I'll kill this base. Why not? And then Arbiter comes in and says, recall. That's right on top of spider mines, right on top of where there are some vultures fighting. Zealots going after missile turrets. Vulture trying to kill Dragoons, never good. But also, there's really nothing defending this right side base either. So it's going to be a base down and a little bit of almost cosmetic damage. Yeah, these guys just kind of, again, you'll never take me alive energy, right? Oh, Spider Mine coming up trying to deal with this. No. Or Dragoon runs into Spider Mine trying to deal with this. It's only one siege tank with +2 attack. 2 siege tanks would kill that twice as fast, obviously. Ruin takes the opportunity to try to move into this third base. There's only really 3 tanks defending it, but defensive matrix is up. Spider Mines are problematic, and I don't know that Ruin's done a great job with Spider Mines today. Yeah, I mean, this is a very injured Nexus. It's not going to die now, but it's extremely vulnerable to future attacks like that. More tank drops would be amazing. Vulture, seeing the attempt to expand to the 12 o'clock, is going to kill some probes here. 57 to 65 workers. The Protoss needs more to stay alive, and he's got more, but is it enough more? That's always the question. Right side base, fourth base is back for Mind pretty healthily. Yeah, healthily is probably a word. Yeah, no, it totally is. Arbiter to the south, just waiting for enough energy there to get on in. There is a science vessel parked over here on patrol duty to make sure that any Arbiters that try to come in get EMP'd before the recall can happen. It's a very small window. So 12 o'clock base, that's a 7th, man. That is a 7th base at 19 minutes here from Ruin. He's expanding like a madman. And he is winning this game. It's 186 to 170 supply. The tanks have +2/+2. They're working on +3 attack. This Arbiter's got 156 energy. Let's go. Let's move. Maybe he forgot about it. Ruin, did you forget about this Arbiter? Or maybe you're just like, it will never work. Oh, he's sending this one in instead. Gets EMP'd though, right? Yeah, okay. Gets EMP'd. That is not a situation where the EMP happens after the recall happens, but the animation takes a while, so the recall happens anyway. It's weird stuff. Visually, it's infuriating for people. But got that one. Okay, this Arbiter could maybe go. The Science Vessel doesn't have... Oh, there we go. All right, so, Yeah, 4 basing Terran is great, but the Protoss is doing the Protoss thing of just taking all of the bases. Because he'll need them, because here comes the big mech push at 20 minutes. He's got +3 on his tanks. He's working on +3 armor for his tanks. And this is where it gets scary for Protoss. This is where they don't want to fight. This is where, I don't know, okay, never mind. He gets a stasis off, gets 1 tank, and then, I don't know. Good job keeping the Vultures back protected. Because if the Dragoons kill all the Vultures, then a second wave of Zealots will do a lot of damage to these tanks. But that's a ton of tanks. Okay, this is bad for Mind. Mind needs to start killing bases and expand. One of the two. You can't keep the current status quo. Okay, he's expanding up here to this little high ground Rooney up at the left side here. Fine, that'll work nicely. But this is, I mean, I don't know that I've seen this many tanks in a game in a while. For all the good things that Ruin has done here today, he hasn't kept that tank count very low, has he? This is a metric ton of siege tanks. They're going to set up, kill this right side, kill the 3rd base and the 5th base pretty much simultaneously. And I don't know, Ruin's building 15 Dragoons at a time to try to deal with this. But, you know, there's casually a bajillion siege tanks here. I just feel like I need to mention again, +3 attack. Observer scouts that this base exists, that he's going to send some Dragoons over to kill it. There's nothing defending it unless this group diverts up north to try to save that thing, which they probably will. Yeah, Zealots can't try to come in there. These tanks are going after... Yeah, remember the very injured base I was telling you about? This base is important for Mind, though. Ruin can afford to lose more bases than Mind can. This is really bad. So these Dragoons are stuck in there forever, unless they get recalled out, which might happen. Right side Nexus dies. 3rd base Nexus dies. And the 6th base is also going to die. Oh, why is this probe returning here? Bad probe. Bad probe. Okay, that's 3 Nexuses down for the price of not even 1. Actually, these Dragoons did not do as much damage as I thought they should have. They didn't kill this command center. And suddenly it's 195 to 182 supply, and Mind has a massive advantage at this point. Wiping out this home away from home, summer home at the 12 o'clock would pretty much end it. We'll have to see, I don't know. Goliath, a couple Goliaths to deal with these Arbiters would be pretty hot. But Science Vessel providing detection is pretty much good enough, I would say. So spider mining this in case a recall comes in to ruin it. Yeah, Ruin forgot about this. Ruin totally forgot that this Arbiter exists. Because you might as well try to go for a recall in all of this chaos. All right, so he split up his tank group. So Ruin's going to be able to bust in here and wipe it out. Defensive Matrix is up. Yeah, Science Vessels need to get out. Because them dying for nothing here is not... Yeah, all right, they died for nothing there. So tanks wiped out, replacing the 6th base. The 12 o'clock is providing some nice income here, too. It's 59 to 45 workers, but again, it's really kind of a 2-base mining situation for the Terran. Everything else he's got is mined out, right? His main base, mined out. He's got a ton of factories here, though, obviously. It's just... 186 to 169 supply. Ruin needs to even the score here a little bit. He is retaking the 5th base. Mind is macroed up again. Again, he's got a ton of income right now, especially on the gas side of things. And the Psionic Storm has been used already, and that's going to be more the play here. More that, you know, more Storm than Arbiter. That's just kind of a preference for Protoss these days. High Templar snipe. Beautiful. $191 and 143 supply. Oh, that's a great recall. But it's into Spider Minefield City. And the siege tank basically wipes out everything too. Okay, man, Terran players, spider mine your own bases. Oh, Mind. I don't know. I don't know if Ruin can handle this. He's producing 8 Dragoons at a time. He cancel. Actually, never did he ever try to retake the third? Not sure that he did. Actually, this is the third and this is the fourth. Whatever. Numbers are problematic, but yo, siege tanks at the natural base. Never what you want to see, but that's why you've got this home here, right? That's why. But it's 177 to 99 supply. A comeback is going to be so difficult. So difficult. Yeah, I don't know. Protoss trying to get up this ramp into the newest source of income for the Terran. Again, very smart stuff here. I don't know. I mean, Mind going after all this production inside the main base is good, but any good Protoss is going to set up additional production at a base far, far away from their main for that very reason. So I'd almost like to see these guys instead head up here and wipe out these two the bases he's already killed that are back up. And then maybe make a push into this 12 o'clock. I don't see why not. This Arbiter has plans, though. No? All right. I think it's over. It's feeling, I mean, 183 to 92 supply. I'm trying to remember how many times I've seen a professional game of StarCraft, where there's been that kind of discrepancy in supply, and the player with the lesser amount has won. I mean, this game isn't over. Nobody's GG'd yet, so it ain't over until the fat lady sings. Nice recall into the same position. And Zealots coming up the ramp here, too, to try to mess with it. So the Zealots are done. That's a lot of +3/3 Vultures, man. Siege Tank gets stasis. Dragoons trying to kill as many SCVs as they can. It's 52 SCVs, though, to 34 probes. Not ideal. And yeah, all these tanks that are heading up north to try to defend this base, peel around, start messing with this one. Because all these Dragoons are coming out of these gateways. If you set up at this choke, the Dragoons are to come through one at a time, and they're all going to die. There's also been a pretty... There's not, what's the word? There aren't very many Goliaths in this game. You got Charon boost, and I'm not sure I've seen more than a couple Goliaths. He just doesn't care about the Arbiters. Oh, hey, look, there's 3 Goliaths, guys. Right here. Hooray. I would go after the probes that are getting gas, because, again, that's returning 2 gas per return. Not a ton. But killing them, I mean, there's not a ton of gas coming in otherwise, right? This isn't a gas base. There's no gas here. And there is gas at the 12 o'clock, but that's the only healthy assimilator that exists in the game right now. But does it matter? I mean, it's 193 to 92 supply. Banks are pretty even, which is impressive here from the Protoss. But he's just everywhere he tries to go. He's running in. Yeah, I mean, this is enough Dragoons to retreat from those Vultures. So yeah, main base dying, whatever. We have all this stuff up here. The tech structures are what really matter. If those don't get replaced, I just don't know that Bruin can afford to replace them. He needs to be producing Dragoons and Zealots, right? Expanding down to the south here too. Mine, very smart. So he's effectively 3-basing. Mine comes back to kill this right side 3 o'clock base for the second time. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? He says. Not that Ruin is an old man, but you know the SpongeBob quote I'm talking about here. So yeah, that Nexus is going to die. This Nexus is going to die. And the Ruin's just like, you can have this, man. Enjoy your summer home, I guess. Why are these guys evacuating so hard? There's nothing here. I mean, there was a Dragoon recently. Probably a recall that I missed. That would be my guess. But it's 45 to 25 total workers. I mean, so this, yeah, he kills the right side. He kills the 6th base up the right side. The base that's been killed once. It was almost killed once. Then it was finished off, and now it's killed a second time. And that's just got to be it. The Protoss is feeling a little stubborn here. That's okay. The writing's on the wall. He does manage a recall into the newest source of income of Mind. So, this is a great game. Like, Ruin is doing a ton of damage to Mind here. It's just, he's taken more damage is the thing. It's like a boxing match where, sure, you knock down your opponent 3 times, but they knocked you down like 7, and they win as a result, you know? I assume that's how the scoring in boxing works. Knockdowns are, like, worth a lot of points. I don't watch a lot of boxing, obviously. Arbiter sneaking out. Okay, so he does decide to move up and take down this base of ruins at the 12 o'clock. Is it enough to get a G? It's gotta be, man. 197 to 81 supplies. Is so many tanks and so many vultures. Stasising this would delay the inevitable, but kills that egg. It wouldn't win you the game. I'm just saying. It'd be a pretty sick move to do that. Oh, is he doing it? Oh, his stasis is back here. It's not as good. I was trying to bust out. He's like, no, you must not contain me, but all of the Protoss units are just evaporating. Zealot death sounds. GG! And Ruin taps out. Mind is your winner in 30 minutes and 25 seconds. That was, woof. That was something to behold. What an absolutely fantastic PVT that was. I mean, that was just mined. He was in a danger zone, right? His third base was mined out. His fourth base was not happy. He hadn't taken this yet. He's like, I gotta go. So he went and he wiped out Nexuses, 3 of them pretty much at the same time. And he was losing bases and he was getting recalled and bad stuff was happening. But he just did more damage, killed way more Nexuses, killed this twice, killed this twice, killed this twice. No, this one never came back. Once, killed this. I mean, that is so many Nexuses down. Beautiful plays from him all around here. He's got the 3-3. The Storm, not as effective here for the Protoss as I think he would like it to be. But great play overall from Ruin. Mine was just that much better, right? I mean, how many recalls did we see into bases? This doesn't even exist anymore. This was a base. This is effectively 1.5 mining bases at the end of the game for mine. That's crazy. He doesn't have a ton of money either. But just enough. And he gets that win. So that's a Terran win, man. Terrans are happy. Happy stuff. All right. So at the end of the day, it's going to be 245,000 points for mine, 198,000 for Ruin. Units produced, outproducing the Protoss, out-killing the Protoss. Structures raised, 68 to 11 is a pretty big deal. And then did outspend the Terran, Ruin did, but only by about 9,000 resources in 30 minutes. Doesn't really make up. He had a ton of bases, but he couldn't hold on to them quite long enough. So that was, woof, perfection. Perfection of a play there from our guy. And yeah, got to cast more mind, apparently. He's playing pretty well. Really well. All right, cool. So that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.